presents the Indoob Podcast Live. And now your host, Mr. T. Sterling Watson.
Good evening, Indoobians, and good evening, Grace and Mercy. This is the Indoob Podcast Live. Thank you so much for stopping by and pressing play, or stopping in and saying hi and all that good stuff. I am T. Sterling Watson. Wow, just trying to plug everything up here. And hi, how's everybody doing tonight? All right. I am not alone tonight. I've got my trusty co-host with me, Courtney Hinton. Are you here?
I'm here. Hi. Hey, everybody.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. There's a bit of feedback I need to go fix. So just tell us how the weather is for you.
So here in Arkansas, it is a not even balmy 80 something. I think it's upper 90s, but it's still May. So we have a couple months or about a month or so before it gets real crazy and real, like, can't even go outside without your whole face just melting off. But right now it's just warm, not uncomfortably warm, but just a little warm. So, I would ask you how the weather is there, but you have abandoned me to ramble about the weather here. So I'm just going to keep going. So I hope everybody's doing well. I wish I could give y'all, I'm kind of plugged up weird, so I can't, flip my screen or anything. But yeah, it's really nice here. I wish I could show you my lawn. I sent you pictures, Sterling.
You did.
But I can't show everybody else how proud I am of my landscaping job that I did. So,
For now, I'll just say that you did a very good job. Fantastic.
Thank you. Worked really hard. So I'm glad something good is happening with it.
Yes. And by the way, the weather here is weird as usual. So we had some rain all week. Then it got sunny. Then it got weird again, rainy. Mm-hmm. And here we are. So, but we're not alone. We have more guests. We have a co-host with us tonight. We've got returning guest host. So he's technically an honorary Indoobian at this point now. We've got Jerry Williams returning. So come on up, Jerry Williams. He's just grinning at me. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Great.
All right. So I'm an honorary Nubian. Huh?
Indoobian.
Indoobian.
Yes.
Okay.
From Indubia.
Oh,
Indubian Prince. Indubian Prince.
Right. All right. Got it. What do we have here that's lit up there?
I found this on sale, and I'm like, I've got to have it. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all it was. I want this.
Yep.
And
it's mine. Here's the money.
Yeah, that's one of those. It's one of those things once you realize you're an adult.
Yeah.
And you can go around in the store and you can look at stuff and
right.
I'm an adult. I can get this if I want to.
Yeah.
It's fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it.
I didn't used to. It didn't used to be like this.
Right. No. I always had to Mom, can I get this maybe? But yeah. No.
Right. Yeah. All right.
There's other adulting things I've learned. I may have said it on this podcast before, but it bears repeating. Where you get to the age where you realize that you can go to a restaurant, and if you want dessert first, you can do that. You're not going to waste your appetite. You're still going to be hungry later.
Yeah.
So
adulting things.
Yes, adulting things.
And your mom is not going to get on your case as much as she used to, or something like that.
If anything, she encourages me. It's like, do what you want. So yeah.
So is that a reindeer? What is that?
Oh, this is a giraffe.
A giraffe.
A giraffe.
Not a giraffe, but a giraffe.
Yes.
There you go.
That'll be on the quiz later. So how to properly pronounce this beloved animal. All giraffes matter. So
All right.
so yes, I do enjoy. You also talked about the weather a little bit. You like it better in California?
Well, yeah, I'm a West Coast guy, and been out here since 2000. I remember the day, February 11th, 2002. I arrived out here on the scene. Uh, Interesting story. I started driving across country um, in my 88 pastel blue Cadillac sedan DeVille, packed with stuff. And it was always one of the things I wanted to do, was to drive across country. And and I get midway across and Omaha, Nebraska, and I got carjacked. Believe it or not, in Omaha, Nebraska. I didn't even know they had tough hoods in Omaha. You don't hear anything bad in Omaha.
No, you don't.
But I was in an area that I shouldn't have been in, and doing things I shouldn't have been doing. And it's one of the reasons why I was coming out here to Connecticut, just to start a new life and stuff like that. But it's one of those things where I believe God, one of the many things that God saved me from, I was able to escape a carjacking, at gunpoint. And so I got halfway across. So I wasn't able to complete my venture. I still plan on driving across country and have a complete trip. We were talking about completes and incompletes. That's one of the things I need to complete, like the many incomplete songs I have and skits of comedy skits. And I have a lot of incompletes that I need to cause to be completes. And that's one of them. I want to drive across country. Maybe I could get in one of those big mobile homes, 40 footers, like those, the old guys you see, driving a boom. How you doing? I call them land yachts. They're like state of the art, man. You walk in, you're like, man, I can live in this.
I mean, technically, yeah. And it's funny. Well, I'm going to say each time you come here, but this is only the second time.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the third time you come back, you'll have another car story. Because
that's my first car story.
The first time you were here,
Oh, that's right. It's my second car story, right?
Yeah, the first time you had a police escort here.
That's right.
So
it's always something to do with the police, because after I got carjacked, of course, I had to go to the police and report the incident. So that's very observant of you.
It's my job. I'm a professional.
Yeah. Jerry's third time here, ladies and gentlemen. He's probably got a car story.
Let's wait and see.
You're right.
So, oh, by the way, this is the 100th episode. I can't believe I just,
Yay.
So, these lovely designs, and here you can buy them at tpublic.com/T Sterling, I think. I don't know. There's a link on indoob.com. So I've been told many times by Courtney and a couple other friends, just say indoob.com. Everything's there. Stop talking about all the, the websites and whatnot. But all of them. About 50 designs. So this is like 51 or 52. So
you do a lot of things. Gifted, talented.
Oh, thank you.
I have to talk to your mom about what it was like growing up with you, Yeah.
I was very lovely. I was a very lovely child.
Mom, what did you first notice, about
You don't have to answer right now. It's fine.
What were some of the quirky things that you noticed as a toddler or something that he was into that told you he's going to be something,
That'll be a whole nother episode.
I know. Yeah. Make a note of that.
Yeah, for later. Hey, Courtney, do you have any advice maybe for Jerry, because he's got like all these projects, and I mean these are things that you and I talk about pretty often, trying to complete something.
Yeah, the catch is I have not found the magic method to get them all done, other than take it one by one, because you are literally just one person. And you cannot do multiple things. Well, you can't do multiple things at one time. That's called multitasking. But it's not gonna be able to put the same quality of work forward unless you work on one thing at a time. I'm notorious for having multiple projects going at one time. But even then, when it's time to work on, project A, I try to focus on project A for whatever time period that I've given myself, and that's that. Because it's hard for me to just, especially if the projects are of different mediums, like if it's a writing project here or I'm working on knitting or something, because I'm a knitter. If it's okay to have multiple projects going at one time, but if they're of the same ilk, like multiple writing projects or multiple video projects, it's hard to focus on just the one if you have so many other ones, because you can't give your time and attention and love to all of them at the same time. So I guess, long story short, focus and break it down into doable goals and doable tasks that you can focus on for at least a certain amount of time.
Yes, got that.
Thank you. Thank you, Cole.
Let me know how it works out.
All right.
Well, we are going to move into one of our segments, and by the way, here's the rundown. So don't tell them. They
okay.
Know what, even though I'm already going off script a little bit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the rundown.
Yeah, and some people just think I just make this off the top of my head, which sometimes I do. So, but yeah, we're gonna skip to Word Watch.
Who? Word Watch.
Word Watch. Oh, sorry, that was too quiet.
Word
Watch. I have jingles for everything. So. I mean, I put some work into these things. I have to make sure I get my use out of them. So, all right. So, normally what I do for Word Watch is I'll pick a word and then I will just talk about it and describe what that word is, or whatever. If it's interesting to me and I feel people should know what that word is, and try to use it in their everyday vocabulary. This time, I compiled a list of what I'm calling visceral words. And that's basically words that just give you a feeling, whether that be the word itself just feels like the word. And I don't mean onomatopoeia, like woof or moo. Those are onomatopoeia words. I mean a word. I know that's it. Can you spell it? Don't spell it. No, good. But these are words. I'll just start with the first one. Shackles. So it's you just say the word and you can just feel the weight, the change.
You can hear it. Yeah, you can hear
it. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say each word and I want you all to repeat it after me, just so you can feel it too, just to see what feeling it gives you. Shackles.
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 Ooh. I hope the people at home are doing it too and they can just feel weighted down. Succulent.
Succulent.
Which is also a flower, which I forgot about, or a plant.
A plant.
Yeah. But I like to think of the food because it's like, ooh, that's a succulent, almost said salad, but I don't think that really goes. But a succulent melon there. Lisp. Yeah, that one almost feels like you have a lisp saying it.
Yeah, right.
This one is just fun for me to say because it involves your whole mouth. And it's mouthfeel. That is mouthfeel. It is a word.
Mouthfeel.
Sometimes you'll eat something. I'll say like a kiwi, and it has a weird mouthfeel to it. So, yeah. And
that's a weird word.
It is a weird word, and it makes some people uncomfortable to say, or just to say it. There's another word, but I'm saving it for last. That some people really have a problem with. Gnashing. Yes, for me, that's a word that always comes up, like reading the Bible and people are in hell and the gnashing of teeth, like right. It's just just feel that one. I'm like, ooh. Frothy. That feels light, doesn't it? Just frothy.
Feels like froth. I don't know.
Frothy. With the froth that's on your
coffee.
Coffees, the chinos, mochachinos, cappuccinos, whatever. It's froth. And right next to it is his cousin Fluffy.
Fluffy.
Yes. It sounds happy.
Fluffy.
Sounds light.
It does. Happy and light. And fluffy.
Hi, Fluffy. Come here, Fluffy.
This one might give you kind of a negative feel, but it sounds weird. But it just, once you hear it, you're like, oh, I know what that is.
Wait for it.
Chafing.
Chafing.
Chafing?
Like you can almost kind of just feel the legs going together. It happens to me, so like, oh, chafing.
Feel
it
the
hurts.
friction.
So, the friction, yes.
It's hot.
It's painful too. I'm disturbed. I'm moving on. Actually, this one isn't that much better. Chapped.
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 Thank you, Mom. That's kind of the reaction sometimes. Yes. Okay, this one I'm going to stress. You don't have to stress it like I do, but if you want to, feel free. Matter of fact, you should. Bronchitis.
Bronchitis.
Nope.
Bronchitis.
Thank you, Courtney. Well done.
Thank you.
I will say, if you have bronchitis, you probably can't say it like that. So, this one I don't recommend turning to your neighbor or closest loved one because they may not care for you anymore if you do this. But halitosis.
Halitosis.
This podcast is brought to you by Tic Tac. The next word here, this one involves your whole mouth. And this was actually a word I used in a previous episode. I should use that as a quiz. Like, what episode did I use this in? But I don't even remember. Malleable.
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 Yes,
Malleable.
that's when you're able to just move things and just very well. It's very malleable, like Play-Doh. Usually it describes metals that are malleable. But.
Got it.
So the last one, and I know a lot of people hate this word, but I just like saying it just for the fact that they hate it. Moist.
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 Moist. Okay. And was Word Watch, and it was many words. So Word Watch. All right. I do have some breaking news. Can you help me out, Courtney? I've got breaking news. She's my sound effect for that one. So.
I'm the best.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. If you want a DIY or do-it-yourself project or approach, oh, by the way, I'm sorry. I just jumped right in. Stink bugs. This is what we're about to talk about because it's running rampant. They're exactly, yes. I know it's
stink.
I know. They're terrible beasts. It's one of those things where once I do arrive in heaven, I'll just ask God why.
Why? Just why? I don't know.
I don't know. Before I get into that, I will mention the house centipedes were just as terrifying. I did learn that those are something as evil as they look. You should let them live because they. I know it's difficult, but they do kill other things that would be much worse in your house.
Wow.
So I'm just going to take some.
What's worse? What's worse than that, though? What's worse than a centipede? What?
They do kill roaches and spiders. They will find their eggs and webs and all those things.
Wow.
Nests, and they eat those.
That's worse. Yeah, that's worse.
Yeah. So I'm like.
House centipedes.
Yeah. I thought about bringing a picture and maybe having Courtney show it, but I
wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I didn't even want to take the picture to send it to you. I'm like, I can't. So if you want to know what a house centipede looks like, in case you don't, Google is free. So feel free to look it up on your own volition. So yeah, so stick bugs.
Why, God?
Yes, just why.
It's going to be one of your questions.
I have a list. But just these platypus.
Platypus. I was going to mention, platypus. It's a fascinating,
Oh, well, that one, I think I know why. Like, I've heard people say that was his idea of a joke. So
okay.
Just
It's a pretty good joke.
Yeah,
said that.
It's like this is going to confuse them. Here, just put that out there.
Nice topic of discussion. So it's working.
It is. I mean, because we're talking about them. So there's that. And I'm thinking of Psyduck. For anybody who's out there who knows Pokemon, I did see the Detective Pikachu movie, so he does have a pretty vital role in that movie. Not bad, like 3 out of 5 stars. If I were to give stars, not bad.
Okay.
I did see John Wick 3 last week.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I just saw a photo of John Wick. That's I say, wow, this guy looks like he's got some issues.
He does, and they just continue to escalate.
Yeah.
And they've escalated even further. I'm not going to say much more.
Spoiler alert.
It
no.
is. Next episode, episode 101. So that means everyone who's not subscribed, please subscribe. Episode 101, we will be discussing that. And Godzilla, King of All Monsters.
Wow.
Yeah. That's just a little preview of what's happening
Godzilla.
next episode. So I've gone completely off track of what I was talking about. Stink bugs. We are talking about stink bugs. If you want a do-it-yourself approach, you can try vacuuming them, just because, not to squish them, because that gives out the odor and makes everything smell terrible. You can try vacuuming them.
Thanks for that tip.
Yes, no problem. That's what I'm here for.
All right.
I'm here to enlighten. Leaving out trays with soapy water. That's the part I messed up. I was actually leaving out cups of water under a lamp. It wasn't totally bad, or what would happen is the stink bug would fall into the cup of water, but then it would crawl out. So that's not really an effective trap.
Okay.
No.
So you pull in.
They're just getting a free bath.
Yeah.
And then they'll come back because they're like, oh, it's free here. I can just come and go and
pretty much
water.
Take a drink. I mean, the water is poison.
Yeah.
I put bleach, but that wasn't enough. So
yeah.
Yeah, these are nasty little buggers, literally.
See what you did there.
Thank you. We appreciate puns here. So, so the good news, scientists, and this is the breaking news. It took me forever. This is why I don't work at CNN. The good news, scientists have determined that the stink bug's natural predator, the samurai wasp, is in hot pursuit. Bug specialist, there's a word here I don't feel like pronouncing, I don't know what that is, but bug specialist at the U.S. Department of Agriculture had made plans to bring the wasp over from Asia to help control the bug population, but discovered in 2014 that the wasp had already somehow made the journey on its own. Their idea of population control is injecting their own eggs into a stink bug's eggs, its larvae, and then while it's growing, it's eating the larvae from inside and it comes out. The parasitic wasp is in 10 states and climbing. So
great.
Yes. So it'll be under control hopefully pretty soon. I did watch a video on how this works. It's pretty interesting. It's not creepy like a house centipede, but you know.
Okay. T. Sterling.
Yes. And that's not even the scary stuff I wanted to read to you later, but that's later. So,
thank you.
Yes. Yes. So now we are going to take a quick break, which won't be a real break, but it'll be a pretend break. So where's my, okay, there it is. It's the dead of night. Maybe a poor choice of words as you lay soundly, peacefully, vulnerable to anyone, anything that may happen upon your seemingly lifeless body. It's not for the gentle, if not for the gentle rising and falling of your chest, proof that breath is still flowing through your lungs, defenseless in the dark, unaware of what may be lurking in the shadows, or your room cloaked in darkness that blankets just before an untimely doom and demise that once was conjured by lamenting lorettes that commune with dismissive ravens and hear guilt-ridden heartbeats long thought forgotten. No, it hasn't been forgotten. It will always be remembered. So sleep easy with Casper mattresses. Not too firm, not too soft. All Casper mattresses feature that signature just right feel with award-winning balance of softness and support to give you the right amount of sink and bounce. Meticulously designed, magically comfortable. These mattresses are expertly designed and obsessively engineered to better sleep. Try it for 100 nights risk-free, and if you don't love it, you'll get every penny guaranteed. Casper, the last mattress you'll ever need.
All right.
It's not ominous or anything.
Oh, it's fine. It's all good. And we're back to the Indoob podcast. That was our commercial break, so our pretend sponsors until we get real ones. Which you can be if you like. You just go to patreon.com or just go to indoob.com. You'll find all the information there. So I'm not going to try to remember where all that is located. So next we will go to our Black History Fact.
Black History.
Black History. Black History. Black History.
Facts.
For today's Black History Fact, we have Robert Smalls. Anyone familiar with Robert Smalls? Heard of him before? No. All right. You know.
Vaguely familiar.
I can't ask Courtney. She's the one who suggested. So Courtney already knows.
I did raise my hand.
Oh, you did? I'm sorry.
That I knew about him.
The screen I'm looking at is very tiny, so
I know.
Couldn't see. But thank you. So this is from Courtney suggested. So we will now discuss Robert Smalls. Robert Smalls was an African-American businessman, publisher, and politician born into slavery in Beaumont, South Carolina. In April 1861, the American Civil War began with the Battle of Fort Sumter in nearby Charleston Harbor. In the fall of 1861, Small was assigned to steer the CSS Planter, a lightly armed Confederate military transport under the command of Charleston District Commander Brigadier General, wow, this terribly long name, Roswell S. Ripley. Ripley's the part to remember because we'll come back later. Planter's duties were to deliver dispatches, troops, and supplies, to survey waterways, and to lay mines. Smalls piloted the Planter throughout Charleston Harbor and beyond on area rivers and along the South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida coasts. From Charleston Harbor, Smalls and the Planter's crew could see the line of Federal blockade ships in the outer harbor 7 miles away. Smalls appeared content and had the confidence of the Planter's crew and owners. And at some time in April 1862, Smalls began to plan an escape. He discussed the matter with the other slaves and the crew, except for one who he did not trust. So basically what happens after this is he sails past, they get rid of the other people that were there, all the slave owners that were on the ship. And it's just, they stop at one port, pick up their family members that are trying to bring to freedom, and sneak past all the blockades of Confederate, because they are on a Confederate ship. And then once they start moving towards the Union, they change their Confederate flags to surrender flags, and then or white flags, and they kind of bring them in, and they are free. So, and his plan succeeded. His example and persuasion helped convince President Abraham Lincoln to accept African-American soldiers into the Union Army. After the American Civil War, he returned to Beaumont and became a politician, winning election to the South Carolina state legislature and the United States House of Representatives during the Reconstruction era. Smalls authored state legislation providing the South Carolina to have the first free and compulsory public school system in the United States. And that is Robert Smalls.
All right. We've been talking about a lot of South Carolina today, huh?
We did.
It's like the third time that's mentioned.
So shout out to my grandmother, who's now on her way into South Carolina. So, and I told her I'm going to find a way to send her this link a little later. So
yeah, we spoke about South Carolina before all the people came in. Yeah, so they were like, "What are they talking about?" So yeah, we missed something. Yeah.
Yes. We have our third guest joining us. We have Chris Clark, all the way from New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Are you today?
Yes, sir.
How you doing? All right.
Sweet.
So how you doing today, sir?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
Blessed.
Good. Glad to hear it. So now that you are brand new, you just flew right in, didn't you? Just like yeah, okay.
Pretty much.
We have an icebreaker question for you, which is, this is like the best way to do it because you just got here.
Okay.
So we're gonna break you in. So Ben and Jerry's calls. I don't know if you like eating ice cream.
Oh yeah, that's my wife's favorite.
Okay.
All-time favorite.
All right. So maybe we can have her in mind a little bit for this question. So they call you up and they're like, Chris, we need a new flavor. We need some ideas. And what do you have? Now, not only do you have to describe what it is, but you have to give it a name too. You know, they one of their fancy little names that they have.
Wow. I say sweet potato pie.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like it'd be a good ice cream or something.
Now, is it just the flavor, or is it like, do you have like a core of like sweet potato stuff? Filling, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, I would say mixed with some vanilla, you know,
Okay.
like a
swirl?
Yeah, like a swirl
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
Can you give it a name?
Sweet potato ice cream. I don't know.
Keeping it simple.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You know, I don't like eating nothing I can't pronounce.
Well, I mean, it could
sweet potato
be
ice
something
cream.
like name it after your wife too.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Sweet Brittany. I call it Sweet Brittany.
All right. Oh. There you go.
Y'all make sure y'all tell her tomorrow I said that.
See, I was trying to help you out. See?
Thank you. Appreciate it. You set me up. I like
that.
that.
That's it. Great. Because I'm jumping all over my my rundown that I have. I think next what we'll go into, you have a mug in front of you that says "Good Morning Sheboygan." That's one of our segments on the show.
Oh, okay.
And that's
Sheboygan.
Sheboygan?
Yeah. What's that?
Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just like saying Sheboygan. So,
yeah.
But I also have a jingle here because of the segment. So what I do is I'll read stories from Sheboygan, something that happened recently that I find interesting. And so now we're going to do that now.
Good morning, Sheboygan.
So yes, now we're going to do that. A lucky winner of a $5.9 million ticket may still be walking around Sheboygan with the winning ticket from January 16th, Wisconsin lottery drawing. So the ticket was sold at Sheboygan Quick Trip at, well, wherever they are. And Beth of the Wisconsin lottery confirmed. There are a number of reasons the winner may not have claimed their prize yet. Sometimes people want to get their ducks in a row first. That can include consulting a financial planner and coming up with a plan for the prize money. It's also possible the winner may have lost the ticket or doesn't know that they won. So the 180-day window to redeem the winning ticket expires July 15th. So by law, the winner won't be able to redeem the winning ticket after that. So if you have, or if someone has the winning ticket, they should first sign the back of it and then send Beth an email. I'm not going to give that information because that's your problem. So,
well,
yes, the main question, I'm just going to round up $6 million. What would you do with $6 million?
$6 million?
$6 million, yeah.
I tithe.
Good answer.
Amen.
Good answer. Good answer.
Amen. Got to get the Lord his money. I think I invest in myself.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
Maybe some stock, and then I'll I don't know, put some up for the kids' college or something like that. Yeah.
That's very wise. Very wise.
Yeah. I've been broke too long, so I can't be playing with money.
I feel you. Jerry, what would you do with $6 million?
I was thinking the same thing. Tithe has $600,000. It'd bless the church. Mm-hmm. And a pastor would be thinking, "Thank you, Jesus." Right, Pastor? There he is. He's like, "Hallelujah." He's giving a wave offering right there. We can get new carpet, new roof, and all kinds of things. Hallelujah. But yeah, that's the first thing. And then I would take time to see what I would do. You know, I wouldn't make a hasty decision, you know, just like, all right, Lord, here we are. I can load up the truck and move to Beverly, or, you know, I could do something else practical, you know. But I mean, you know, it would take some time and thought. Yeah, but that's the first thing. I'm with Chris on that. Wise thing to do is to tithe. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Courtney, what would you do?
So I would either tithe it or give it to a charity that does like really good work, something like that, or both. I would pay off mine and certain family members' debts because I don't believe in debts, and so I would take care of that. then I would probably invest it. So I would take, skim that off the top first, and then make it start working for me. I've thought about this many times too, whether or not I would like quit my job or not. I probably wouldn't at first, because that would be a clear tip off that I have won the lottery. And I don't want that. I don't want anybody to know that, except for the, certain fellows. But yeah, I would probably keep working for a little while, and, try to actually work while I was at work, knowing I'd have to be there.
How productive would you actually be?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And
I would try to get fired.
Try to get fired?
Yeah. That way you can collect unemployment, and then,
There you go. Then you could have like a really good, well, I guess not a quitting story, but you could, make a scene, and I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Make a scene on your way out,
Yeah. I remember that's something that we discussed before. And I'm just telling your business now, or you said you're going to moonwalk out of your, when you quit your job. So. And
then chunk the deuces. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's just something I've always envisioned and wanted to see. So moonwalking in general, just a great way to leave any place. It's like, I've got to go to the store, and you just moonwalk out of the house. And I don't know, it's just something to think about.
It's kind of hard to moonwalk on carpet, though. Yeah.
This is true.
You can't moonwalk. Yeah.
Somebody, you're on the pavement.
Somebody dragged me, pushed me, or something.
Or outside in the grass. Then you've got that chasing going on. So yeah, not working out. We did a list of words earlier, and chafing was one of those words.
Oh,
yeah, it's just not fun or pleasant. Do you have any aversions to the word moist? Like, it doesn't bother you at all?
No.
Okay. It does with some people. So
the word moist?
Yeah, because it sounds moist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it just bothers them. So once I know that, it just makes me want to
say it more. Yeah.
So yeah, moist.
He loves words and pronounce words.
I do.
See, when did you first notice this, Mom? How old was he? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I mean, come on, indoob.
Yeah.
There's a word for Courtney. I don't know if you might know when words are combined, portmanteau or something. I don't know. I saw it recently, and I keep forgetting to pronounce it.
I don't know. I have to look that one up.
Yeah, but there's a word that means when words are combined, and that's what indoob is. But we're gonna move on from that, because that's actually a question for later. So. I think what we'll do, we'll take one more break, and then we'll go to our other segment. And on a break. You toil away daily, grinding and gnashing your teeth on any and all pieces of gnarled granolas you can find. You work hard, and you need a toothbrush that works as hard as you do. You've scoured every nook and cranny, crevice and crevasse, corner and cavity for a toothbrush qualified to keep your fangs looking fancy and fabulous. Brushes R Us can't help you. Teeth Meat has failed you yet again. You need a motorized molar massager that also cleans your crumb crushers without the fuss and fluff of those greedy grubbers that don't want you to be great. You need Quip Recruiter. All the dental associations have agreed it's the best place for people with teeth to meet the next best brush on the web. Go to quiprecruiter.gums to sign up and review your new cranial cavity crime combating candidates.
And you wrote that?
I'm regretting writing this. Oh my God, that was coming back from the break now. Okay.
That was a commercial.
That was a commercial.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't have sponsors, so
Yeah.
I have to make up my own.
You got to get the flow of Terrell. It takes a.
I've got fake commercials all.
Did I say that right? Is it Tyrell or Terrell?
Terrell.
Terrell. Okay.
Yes. I was partially the fault of people calling me Tyrell for a brief time. I went by the nickname Ty, and I'm like, that was another regret that I had. So I'm like, okay, now people are going to mispronounce my first name.
Yeah, they'll just call you T for sure. Yeah,
for T for short.
What's up, T?
And the reason that happened, because one of my coworkers, his first language is Spanish, so Terrell was difficult for him to say. So I was like, I'll just say T. So then all my coworkers just started saying that instead. So I'm like, okay, that works for me. So, and then they started he actually started saying Terrell. I was like, haha, you can't say it. He was just being lazy. So caught him there. I felt good about it.
All right.
So I think now we will go into our Spookums zone. This one, it does have a... Oh, okay, I just added it. All right. I just put sound effects together. It makes it sound creepy and eerie. Nothing is said, it's just noises. So to bring into this a little bit more, I was supposed to set it up a bit more.
Before you go, are you a Trekkie by chance?
I was raised in a Trekkie.
Yes.
Okay, yes, I am a Trekkie. Yes.
I just feel the spirit of Trek.
Star Trek.
Yeah. For that question, if ever it comes up, Star Wars versus Star Trek, I would say Star Trek.
Do you go what do you call that, Comic-Con or whatever it is? Did I say that right?
Comic-Con, yeah, and that's actually happening. New York Comic-Con is happening right now.
Do you do Comic-Con?
I'll say yes.
How did I know that?
I've only done one so far.
Okay.
And the one actually Courtney and I went to last year was Comic-Con.
All right.
So that was in Baltimore, Maryland. And
all right.
It's great time. There's a much longer story to that, but I will direct you to the episode.
So much to tell about that.
So much. I think it's episode 76 and 77 or 75, and it's in the 70s. To basically look out for, I'm trying to think of the titles, fallouts and fellowships or something, because one con was starting and then it imploded. So that's the short story. It gets deep. I dare not say the name of the con because it'll just blow up.
Raise your blood pressure.
Yes, raise blood pressures.
Original Star Trek or new Star Treks?
Next generation for me.
Next generation for you.
Courtney.
Original.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. James T. Kirk. Captain's log. Stardate 2274.
That's a good impression.
Jean-Luc Picard. So that's
okay.
Yes.
Right.
Engage. That's
Make it so.
something we would just do in the house all the time. Just for no reason. Or make it so. Yes. Speaking of the original Trekkie in the household, my father, he
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. First of all, anyone...
Another wave offering up there to Pops. Yeah, all right. That's
up there manning the station
yeah,
for
right.
me. Anyone out here have not seen Avengers Endgame? Anyone who hasn't seen it?
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed in all of it.
It's about the length of a football game. NFL, 3 hours.
It's not that bad.
No, it's cool.
It did. Not going to spoil too much.
No, don't.
I bring that up because after I took my parents to see it, he had a question regarding aliens out there in the universe. Like, have they come to us? Why haven't they come to us yet like they do in the movies?
This is a good one to ask, too. Got to ask your alien questions to Terrell.
And I thought about it, and I'm like, this is perfect. I have the perfect answer for you, and I think I'm going to save it for the podcast. So I'm going to wait until my answer. So now, Dad, this is the answer for him. The answer I have for him is basically the Fermi paradox. Did I lose anybody? I think I did already. But that's why I'm here, to enlighten you. Even on the clearest, darkest nights from the city lights, you can see only about 1% of the Milky Way's galaxy. 100 billion to 400 billion stars. Here's the real trip, though. For every star in the Milky Way, there's a unique galaxy drifting through the universe, each with its own billions of stars and approximately one planet orbiting each of those stars. That's billions and billions and billions of worlds. And yet, decades worth of missions of search for intelligent or extraterrestrial intelligence, or SETI, an organization that listens for signs of life in space, have come up completely empty-handed. Every single one. Physicist Enrico Fermi is famous for posing the natural question that follows. Where is everybody? The scale of the universe in basic math tells us alien life must be common, yet there's no evidence for it. Welcome to the Fermi paradox. So, there's many articles and videos out there. I try to find the briefest thing I can do to explain it, and it's still too long for me to read. So I'm just going to skip to the good parts. If aliens don't exist, there's this thing called the rare Earth hypothesis, which is life on Earth might simply be a freak of nature or a freak accident of nature and may not exist anywhere else in the entire universe. Put another way, roughly 100 Earth-like planets exist for every grain of sand on Earth. Surely one of those would have life on it. There's also something called the Great Filter, which also I feel like I would need to explain, but I still couldn't figure out a short enough way to explain it. Again, there's videos, and I think what I'll do post-show is I'll put links on like this video and later on so you can look it up, because there's videos that explain it perfectly. I'm like, oh, that's it. I just can't say it. It's just too many words. So if aliens do exist, they visited Earth before intelligent life existed here. These are different possibilities or answers to why we haven't contacted anyone, or they haven't contacted us. The galaxy is colonized, but we live out in the boonies. So, and with each one, they actually had pictures of different movies that explained, or for me, it was like, oh, like this one they used the example for Firefly, which was, I thought was a good show. This is going to be controversial to some people. I thought it was good when it was on, but I went back to watch it and I'm like, wow, this is actually kind of boring. So that's Firefly. Another explanation is other civilizations live in a utopia and can't be bothered by us because they're too busy living their best lives. And like, I don't want to bother over there. In other words, kind of think of them living in the Matrix, where they're just in virtual reality.
Well, wait a minute. What pill did they take?
I think they all took, I think, what is it, the blue one?
The blue one?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I should know.
That ushered them into...
Oh, wait, the blue pill will take you out of it.
It'll take you out of it.
Yeah.
See, I forgot. We have to revisit that.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, all right.
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix, yes.
All right.
We'll do a live tweet.
Thank you, Courtney.
Got you.
Arkansas in the house.
That's right.
Explanation number 4 is super intelligent civilizations prey on the lesser civilizations like ours. Think of the movie Alien or Aliens, that whole franchise. They're
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's Predator.
Predator.
Well, actually, that works too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works too. Because they're both aliens.
I'm getting my monsters mixed up.
Independence Day, that's another one that comes to, yeah. Aliens are broadcasting all kinds of signals, but we're so laughably primitive we can't pick them up. So I thought of AI, the artificial intelligence. It's a super long movie. Long like Endgame, but this movie was
not as good. Yeah.
It's not good.
Not as, it was all right. It just wasn't as good.
Right. But at the end of that movie, there are aliens that are like controlling robots or whatever, and they all can talk telepathically. So they have no anyway, I think. I don't want to watch the movie to find out.
No.
They're everywhere, but we can't wrap our puny, tiny minds around what they are. I'm trying to think if there's an example for that one. Can't think of one, but... Or we're completely wrong about all of this, and really, or reality is nothing like we perceive. We could be living in the Matrix, and we were put here by another super intelligent race as an experiment like the Matrix. Or maybe we're just one big computer simulation. The bottom line is we don't know. The most intelligent people in the world have wildly different opinions about the answer to the Fermi paradox. And this is a quote, 2 possible possibilities exist. We are either alone in the universe or we are not. Both are equally terrifying, as Arthur Clarke. Oh yes, aliens might exist.
Wow.
So hopefully you all have good dreams tonight. And I think now we're going to go to our mailbag. It's one of my favorite parts. And shout out to Birdo because he loves this song too.
letters. Oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day. Mailman, mailman, mail today. Reach right in and pull one out. Those letters, I love those letters. Let's find out what you got to say.
Oh boy!
Mailman, mail today.
So this is the Ask Indoob section where I have people either tweet me or email me questions for me or the panel to answer. I did get 2 emails, but unfortunately they're both like more directed towards. Actually, no, the first one isn't. The other ones might be. I'll just start with the first one, which is I guess more for me. They asked me Laura asked me, when did you first get an interest in podcasting / radio / hosting, which ultimately led to your current career? I want to say in high school, listening to Tom Joyner's morning show. That's something that kind of started me like, oh, wow, people do this for a living. They just get on the air and just talk. Yeah. Make jokes and laugh all morning long. So that's kind of what triggered that. With 100 episodes under your belt, what's next for the Indoob Pod? At this point, you've likely talked about everything, but what are some topics or directions you're interested in exploring for episode 101 and beyond? Well, 101, it's going to be a movie podcast or movie episode. Like I said, we're going to talk about John Wick 3 and Godzilla, which has not come out yet, but I'm super excited for. I get tingles each time I see the trailer. Like, so excited.
Godzilla. God, I was watching those in the 70s. I remember Godzilla versus Mothra.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mothra is gonna be in the new one.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
What's it called? Godzilla versus the monsters?
Really?
Yeah, King of all monsters.
Mothra.
King of all monsters. Yeah, Mothra and a couple of others that I can't think of right now.
Wow.
I don't know their names, but I will know by the end of the movie. So.
That's a throwback. Mothra.
Do you have any interest in either of these 2 movies? John Wick?
I do.
Okay.
I've seen John Wick 1. I didn't see 2 yet. I have to watch 2.
I heard an audible gasp. In the audience.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't see it. I just didn't get around to it. Not that I didn't want to see it.
Yeah.
Now they got a 3 coming out, so I got to see 2 before 3.
Right. I did that with Endgame. I took my boys to see Endgame. Mm-hmm. All 3 of them. We're just going to go on a bonding trip. We're going to see Endgame. First weekend, it was hard to find tickets. Mm-hmm. Online. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was tough. I mean, I was searching different theaters. Finally found 4, and I said I wanted to see the one before Endgame, so I'll be caught up in everything. Right. So the night before, I went on YouTube for the first time, and and got my little debit card out and purchased Infinity War, because that was the episode before Endgame.
Right.
And there I was on my bed watching Infinity War, so I'll be all caught up. And then the next day, I was ready to go see Endgame.
I like that you snapped.
Oh, he's quirky like that.
It's part of the movie. It's vital to both of them. Sorry, spoilers. Sorry. So yeah, it's good.
All right.
Did you like it?
I did. I do. It's exciting. Yeah. Infinity. Thor is pretty cool.
Yes, he is.
Thor's cool.
Yes.
Thor's
that hammer is
something.
I almost said something. I don't want to be a spoiler.
Right.
I didn't see that yet. Why'd you say that? Darn that guy.
Did you have like Endgame thoughts or just feelings before, after, during? Did you cry?
Almost at the end.
At the end.
I don't want to spoil it, but it was touching.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, it was quite a frenzy out there because there were some spoilers out there that went viral, right? That upset a whole lot of people on the Endgame. Yeah, some famous people had tweeted some stuff, and people were like, "Wow!"
Yeah.
It still made almost $3 billion, so I don't think it mattered.
Yeah, at this point. So sorry if it slips out if we say anything. That's
yeah.
Sorry, not sorry. Like you've had time.
When I paid for Infinity War, the one right before Endgame, and I was I kept dozing off, so I had to keep sliding it back to this. Man, I missed 20 minutes. So a 2.5 hour movie probably took 4.5 hours for me because this is the middle of the night. I was preparing for the next day. Cost me $3. First time I didn't even know you can rent movies on YouTube. I was like, I'm thinking I was going to use some other kind of,
it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Netflix, yeah. But I just saw YouTube is renting movies too. How
Netflix.
much? $2.95. All right, I'll do that.
Do you have Netflix?
I might. I got so much stuff,
Hey, $3.
Oh yeah.
You could have, yeah.
See, I cut the cord a long time ago. And so I dibble and dabble with stuff. I'm not, real plugged in on what I can use and what I can't, I need you to guide me through, That's what
I'm here for.
That's right. That's right.
I'm here to guide you.
I might call you at 3 a.m. I got a question.
He'll be up. He'll be up.
Saturday night if I'm on my shift.
Yeah.
I'll be up.
No, he'll be up if it's a normal day.
Yeah, but
yeah, it's true too. So.
But aren't I an honorary
Indubian?
Yes. So I should have carte blanche privilege and
that's not
all access.
But that's not one of the privileges.
Oh, it's not.
No. I'm sorry.
I got to read the fine print. What I can and cannot do as an honorary Indubian. All right.
Honorary Indubians, they get a mic whenever they want. So.
Okay.
See?
a red one.
You want to change color next time? I'll write that. I'll write that in the bylaws.
No, we'll keep it red to remind me of the blood of Jesus that I'm covered, brother. So.
Well done.
And that my name is written in the Lamb's book of life. Keep me reminded.
I don't know how to come back from that. We were talking about Endgame.
Endgame, Infinity Wars.
It's all. Do you have a favorite superhero?
Ooh.
I
like that topic.
Batman.
Batman?
Yeah. Batman.
Yeah, we've got quite a few Batmen in the house. So
yeah.
You know who I like? That's real cool. Silver Surfer.
He did get a movie. So.
Yeah, they need to put more Silver Surfer movies out there, man.
Maybe in 2 years. Maybe.
Yeah.
Again, I'm here.
I know. You got the inside scoop. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just ask T. Sterling.
Yes.
I got a question, but it's 3 a.m. I know. I'm sorry. Sorry, I forgot I can't call.
You can always type the text and then just wait till a reasonable daylight hour and then just send it then. Maybe. I don't know. Or email. That works too.
All right.
I don't know. We'll see. You said Silver Surfer. Okay.
Yeah, Silver Surfer.
I think my allegiance has now shifted. I didn't really have one. I was just kind of floating around. I liked Gambit. I still like Gambit. But Captain Marvel, I think, has kind of taken over for me now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. Just the power, just the headbutting that happened. Spoiler.
You gotta stop once you start giving away information. You get carried away. Then
a lot of spoilers you're doing here.
I mean, it's been what 3-4 weeks now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The embargo is lifted for that movie for sure. We could just tell you the whole thing and it would be okay.
This is true. This is very true. Is there any movies you are looking forward to that you'll get around? Because I do know you're busy. You missed John Wick 2. It's still out there, ready for you.
Oh yeah. Toy Story 4.
Yeah,
it's coming out.
Woo-hoo!
I like that one.
You're never too old for Toy Story 4.
Right.
Don't be ashamed. I'm going to see Toy Story 4.
I'm interested in seeing Aladdin too.
Look at that.
Yeah, I grew up with the cartoon, so
right.
This transformation is going to be
interesting.
Mm-hmm. So.
Oh, what about Lion King? Are you interested in Lion King too? The live action?
Yeah. I don't know if I want to see it because I cried on the last one when Mufasa died, and I don't think I want to go through that again.
Spoiler.
So.
I mean, you survived Endgame, so
yeah, I did,
and it's coming. So this is different. It's coming.
Courtney's taking us younger and younger.
About seeing it, I guess.
Next thing she's going, what about Barney? Since we're on the children's, getting lower and lower.
No, but there's a live action of Lion King coming out, right?
Lassie?
Right?
No, Lion King. She's talking about the live action.
Oh, I thought she said Lassie. I'm like, Lassie?
No.
Okay, Lion King. Okay.
Yeah.
You look too young to remember Lassie. You don't remember Lassie, do you, brother? Yeah, that's what I thought. Lassie!
I seen the VHS.
Pastor remember Lassie, right? Another wave offering right there. Hallelujah. Flipper, Lassie. See, they don't know nothing about that. Petticoat Junction, F Troop. Shoot.
I grew up with.
See, this is a foreign
Benji
language
the
over
dog.
here, you know.
That was
They
me.
too young for that. Green Acres. That's right. The cement pond.
TV Land back
Yeah.
then. Yeah.
Now,
So,
see, you could call me about those things, and you could call me at 3 a.m.
I'll call you. I'll just ask. Can you tell me a little bit about Petticoat Junction?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there was a train, you know, and some women. Did we lose you? We messed you all up right now.
I mean, we
Petticoat
went
Junction.
way
Let me get
far
my
away.
phone. Let me ask the Google genie.
The Google genie.
Yeah, that's the one for
The
you.
Google Gene.
Because that's what it's like to me. A genie, you know. That's original from me, the Google genie.
I like it.
You like that,
Yeah,
because
so
you're
I
a
do.
word guy.
Well, I mean, there was
I
actually.
like that. Jerry said word Google genie. I'm gonna steal that one. Rub it.
He's gonna get a T-shirt. Google Gene.
Yeah, right.
That's a good one.
I want to cut. Yeah.
I will write down that idea and be up next week. So.
You don't even know where you were. Right now. We just messed him all up. Petticoat Junction. Remember that.
Petticoat Junction. Right.
F Troop.
Is that another show?
Yes.
Okay, all
See,
right.
you don't even
Right over my head.
wave offering. There we go. Right there. We know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Contemporaries.
TV was different back then.
Yep. Go off at midnight. 3 channels or whatever. You know. Pliers to turn the.
What would you do after midnight? Because there's nothing to watch.
Go to
Hey
sleep.
man, we survived. I tell my kids, you got GPS, back in the day, shoot, we just make a phone call and get right down the instructions, and we get lost. We ask somebody, how do you get to? Yeah, you just go 3 blocks down, make a left down at the cow. You know what I mean? We didn't have things are easier now with the GPS. Type in some stuff, you get there. But back in the day, man, we didn't have all that. So. But we survived. To answer your question, we survived. So if you lose your phone, don't panic. You'll survive.
Yes.
This
This is true. Yes.
Some people go nuts when they lose their phone. I'll be like, oh yeah, cell phone break, cell phone fast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't panic. I mean, thank you, Jesus. Unplugged for a while. You need that.
It is good to
tap
unplug,
into
yes.
your humanity, man.
Talk to someone face to face.
That's right.
Not at 3 in the morning though, but like just because I know you want to call me.
I'm gonna call you at 3 a.m. and try it. Got a question.
Is this Jerry? Oh. Going back to bed. Know what that is. So yeah, Laura, about your question.
Never did answer Laura's question.
No, I don't know what's next. I do want to step into animation a little bit, because I've seen some podcasts, they have like snippets of their show, like animated. I can't say the word animated. And I think that would be really awesome. But that does cost money because I want to pay the people that do animation because that is a skill and a talent. And I believe people should get paid for what they do. So with that said, I do have a Patreon, which you can, if you would like to be a patron and donate to that, I can afford to find a animator for me. That is patreon.com/indoob. So whatever you like, you can pay just $1 and you get supplemental extra stuff. Stuff I'll record, like special movie reviews or videos of making sandwiches. I don't know, but whatever I feel like doing. So our next question comes from Lauren, who's a good friend of mine from high school. She saw that we were doing this and she had a question. So maybe all of us can kind of jump in here. What is your prediction on the herring population in Madison?
Wait a minute, herring?
Yes.
The fish?
The fish.
Okay. Wow.
And then at first I wasn't sure if she meant Madison, Connecticut, which I'm thinking she did because Madison's also the capital city of Wisconsin. So not Sheboygan, but Madison. So
Sheboygan. You like saying that?
I do. I feel like this is proper time for a cue.
Good morning, Sheboygan.
Hits me right here. Thank you. Yeah, yes. On sale at T Public. You can get your very own Sheboygan mug. So,
Wow.
Call
or
now.
T-shirt, or tote bag, pillows, whatever you like.
Yeah, that's right. Call now. Operators are standing by.
It's the internet. We just go online and you just type.
That's right. Yeah,
Call.
that's right.
Call the Google genie.
Yes, call it. Oh, you're rubbing the lamp like it was a.
Yeah, the Google.
Okay,
Yeah.
Oh.
Sure, what was happening?
Oh, there you go. I Dream of Genie. There's another. There, oh, you remember that?
Yes, I remember that one.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm thinking of Bewitched. Because I was thinking of the wiggling the nose.
Close.
That was
Oh, yeah.
Bewitched. So yeah, a little bit there.
Yeah. Google Genie.
Google Genie.
There you
Herrings.
go. Herrings.
Do you know anything about herrings?
No.
Okay.
Well, what was the question about herrings again?
What is your prediction on the decline of the herrings?
Wow. Well, they'll a lot of disappointed predator fish and fishermen.
That's actually pretty accurate. Yes, I would agree. I do believe that they will be getting worse. Yeah, just worse. It's just going to get worse for them until. Well, actually, no. I did research a little bit because I was curious. I'm like, are there herrings in Madison? But they actually do have a decline. They're on the brink of almost not being or not existing anymore. So they're trying to set up some legislation for them to put a ban on any herring fishing. So I went to Google Genie. I didn't know that's what it was called at the time. So I just asked someone who was close by, and I think that's who that was. But yeah, that is that question for from Lauren. She asked that question. Is anyone on YouTube right now that's asking any questions? Courtney, do you know?
Not that I can see.
Okay, because sometimes they do. And any questions in the audience? Anyone have any queries about anything random whatsoever?
I had a question for Courtney. What
Yeah.
Is that mountain time? What are you?
Central. So we're just an hour behind you.
Okay, Central Time. You're Central Time. Okay, gotcha. 1 hour. All right.
Yep.
So we know the future.
Correct. No.
1 hour. We could tell you what's coming down the road.
Well, every New Year's, it's always, every time I have a New Year's, it's funny because I'll get a wave of Happy New Year, and it's always, different times. So, yeah, it does feel like y'all are in the future in that case.
Do you feel like you miss out though sometimes when that happens on New Year's and we're all celebrating?
A little bit. I'm just like, oh, I can't really. I mean, I can say it back, but I don't really feel it because I'm still in the previous year. So I just have to pretend. So every time I say it to you, Sterling, I have to pretend. It's not in my heart though.
Oh, I see. But hey, at least with iPhones, you get fireworks that come up whenever you say Happy New Year. So
exactly.
So that's fun. And it doesn't have to be New Year's. You can still do that. So anyone that knows that anyone has an iPhone, text them now, Happy New Year, just to send off fireworks. So you have a question? Yes.
When did I get started? How or when? I started in 2006. It was the first time I grabbed a mic. And how, excuse me, stand-up is something I never wanted to do it. A friend of mine got on me for like 3 years about doing stand-up. I started off in stage plays. I was always like the comedic actor and stuff. So he got on me for 3 years, and one day I just decided to try it. And they had a open mic, like a contest open mic. And I went. I didn't tell anybody because if I got booed, I was gonna keep it to myself. But I wound up going, and I actually won. I won $250, and she invited me back. The producer invited me back to host the next show. So ever since then, I say, yeah, this is for me. So. It wasn't gospel, but it was clean. Yeah, I've always been clean. In my whole almost 13 years of doing it, I never been a dirty talker, so it would have been out of my character to do that. So, yeah.
Thank you.
It's interesting. Stand-up comedy. In 2006, right around that time, because I'm a fan of stand-up comedy. I'm happy you're here.
Thank you.
I'm happy too.
We're happy for Chris. Give it up for Chris, all the way from New Jersey. I gotta ask you this: Are you a Jets or Giants fan?
I'm a Cowboys fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, you born and raised in Jersey?
I was. Yeah.
And how did you escape not being a Jets or Giants fan, being right there?
Well, I'm actually closer to Philly. So where I'm from, it's a lot of Eagles fans.
So you escaped Giants, Jets, and Eagles?
Yes.
How did that happen?
Growing up, I was always close to my uncle. I was always at my aunt and uncle's house, and he was a Cowboys fan. So I just kind of adopted it.
Gravitated toward that, yeah.
Yeah. So,
it's a family thing.
Yeah, since the late 80s, early 90s, right when they got Emmitt Smith. That's when I start liking the Cowboys.
Right. You're just watching the triplets, huh?
Yeah.
Aikman,
the
playmaker.
That's right, Michael
Irving.
Yeah.
And Emmitt Smith. But anyway, what I was getting at back in 2000, you started in 2006, right? 2006, the comedy. Yeah. Right around that time, I was going through the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. And right around that time as well is that I was going through a difficult time in my life. But I was always a fan of stand-up comedy. And I had took this stand-up comedy workshop where for 9 weeks, I forget how much I paid. I would drive from here to the Gotham every Sunday after church and take a stand-up comedy class.
Oh, wow.
And at the 9th week, we actually would have to go out and perform in the club for a live audience.
Wow.
And so I actually did that. And one of the things, I wanted to get comfortable and standing before an audience and talking and stuff like that. And one of the things you do is you face your fears. And so I for 9 weeks after church, I'd drive all the way out there to New York to the Gotham, and they would hold these classes like downstairs. And then the 9th week, the final week, we had to go up and perform, and I did that. I got it on tape, VHS. and I remember I go up there and during the 9 weeks, I'm from Oakland, California, so I'm a Raider fan. I used to go out there with my Raider coat on proudly.
Oh, I live 30 minutes from Burgess Owens.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
He actually signed a football from the 81 Raiders.
Oh, okay.
He signed a football for me.
Nice. All right. Hey, man, well, keep doing your thing. Stand-up comedy, man, making people laugh. The Bible says a merry heart doeth good like medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones. So, when we're laughing, when our heart is merry, we're laughing, we get we attain a medicinal benefit. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Amen. Chris Clark.
And for those that don't know, he will be performing tomorrow.
That's right.
So definitely be back if you haven't planned to already. That will not be streamed. So YouTubers, sorry.
Sorry.
Did you have another question out there? Want to know the current population of herring in Madison?
Wow.
It's under 2,000. Yes, under 2,000. Well, as of 2018 maybe. So it's probably 1,562 right now.
See, just ask Terrell.
It sounds right.
And then I asked Google Genie. So yes.
Right.
Yes. Asnabil. Asnabil.
Can you repeat the question?
She would like to know what Asnabil is, as a wordsmith that I am.
Sure.
Yes, this is the proof you were looking for of my quirkiness back as a child and my affinity for words and making up words. Asnabil is a cure-all medicine. Yes, it's like have you ever seen the movie Limitless? Have you seen the movie Limitless?
I was in it.
You're in it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's bananas. I was in it. Stop right there. Yeah, let's just marinate over that. Have you seen the movie Limitless? I was in it.
I was in it.
When did you get that?
We're coming back to you to answer this, but Limitless.
Yeah.
What I remember seeing this movie, so yes.
It was filmed in Philly. I was in the scene when he was at the club in the bar.
Okay.
When the stuff was like, I guess, really hitting him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was if you watch it again, I have a blue, white, and black shirt on. I was dancing right behind him.
Okay.
What was your dance move?
It actually upset me because he actually had a fighting scene, which they cut it out the movie. He was fighting two of the guards, and when he hit him, he actually fell on me, and I caught him. But they took it out of the movie, so I was upset. But I'm still see me if you watch.
What was your dance move so we can like look for you?
Say it again.
So what was your dance move so we can try to spot you out?
Oh, it was just a two-step. It wasn't nothing major.
Wow, that is a movie I did enjoy, and now I have yet another reason to go back and watch it because you're in it. So yeah, well done. But yes, Asnabil is a
panacea.
Sure. Not sure what that word is.
Oh.
Yeah, no, you got me on that one.
It's a cure-all, I think. I think it means cure-all.
Okay.
But I'll ask the Google Genie in a moment.
Yes. Let me go ahead. What it says. The Asnabil is a cure-all, which unlike other medications, you don't have to even keep it in your mouth for very long. Like it is a pill.
Okay.
You just put it in and then like, start to feel better already, and then you take it back out.
Right.
But it's really only yours. You're not supposed to give it to anybody else because it's you just took it out of your mouth. But whatever ails you at the time, should it be a headache, a little tummy ache, whatever, it gets you. It's all good. So that is what Asnabil is.
And panacea, I just looked it up. Google Genie.
Google Genie.
Nice job.
A solution or remedy for all difficulties or diseases. That's the first thing that came to mind when you said it. The panacea, and then the synonyms are cure-all. There.
And Asnabil.
That's what I was looking for. I'm trying to see if there's Asnabil on here.
I'll have to talk to Google Genie later to have that added in there. But that is a brand name, so
okay.
It probably might not be in there yet.
I'm still looking for it. Okay.
But the liquid version would be a panacea. See, I incorporated the word you just gave me. So it's like NyQuil, because I hate the gel caps of NyQuil. I need the liquid, and I need it to be cherry flavored. So
okay.
Asnabil does come in cherry flavor, by the way. So in case someone's looking out. So we have another question. Okay.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I would never use that.
I'll give you a whole scenario. Doctor, I'm not feeling great. Well, take one Asnabil, just a little bit, and then call me in the morning. And then, okay. And then, yum, yum, yum. Hey, I took a little bit of Asnabil, and I feel so much better. It's like I told you. $10. I don't know how that works, but good. All right.
Good job.
Spell Asnabil.
Yeah.
I need to write this down because I don't remember.
Give it a shot.
Aznabil. So
sound right.
That does sound right, actually.
You could have said anything.
I could have. I could have put some secret letters in there, like BIHL. It's like, oh, there's a silent H. I didn't know that. But yes, I did come up with this when I was a very young child, and I think I even had a commercial and everything for it. But yeah.
What's the commercial?
It should be a sponsor for next episode. I'll try to. I think so. Most doctors approve. So, I mean, what are they a doctor of? That wasn't part of what we talked about.
That's none of your business.
Dr. Missy Elliott approves. How about that? She has. She got doctorate recently, so congratulations to her.
Wow.
I did have some trivia questions because I have a few things to give away. And what's going to happen, I'll ask these questions and anyone in the audience has a chance to answer. Anyone who's watching on YouTube also can answer, but they will have a different prize since I won't be able to physically give it to them. Let me just get to my trivia page so I can ask them. So I'm only going to ask, I think some of these have multiple answers and I will accept 2 people for them. Like this first one is, and there are things that either you know me personally or maybe you have heard me talk about on the podcast or you follow me on social media. There are 4 answers for this question that I wrote down and I will accept the first 2 correct answers. What's my favorite food?
Cereal.
Close.
Grits.
Now, he don't look like a grits guy.
I'll eat them. I'll eat them.
Pizza.
It's not pizza.
Spaghetti.
See, something like that. Something.
I'm gonna have to give it to you because basically one of the answers is breakfast.
Oh, okay.
So the number 1 answer for breakfast would be eggs. I love eggs.
I was about to say eggs. Yeah.
I know. He said cereal first, which was in the breakfast group, and then he went with grits. So it's like, okay, that's 2 breakfasts. So yeah. But there's still 3 more answers. So if anyone wants to guess, yes. Very close. There's a specific one I wrote down.
You said anything with what?
Anything with cinnamon in it.
So it's sweet.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I know.
That is one I really should have written down.
Who doesn't
French
like
toast.
that?
It's still breakfast. All that's included under breakfast.
Oh, okay.
Technically, you can eat this for breakfast, but most people don't. At least the ones I don't know of.
Cinnamon bun.
That's it. What is one? Okay, there's 4 answers for this as well. What is one of my favorite animals?
Yeah, giraffe.
Well, you said one. You have to be more specific. Yes.
Wow.
Oh, I forgot I was supposed to be giving out questions.
Yeah.
You have an aversion to peanuts? Or are you allergic?
No.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Everyone's gift is random and different.
She want this. She gave me the hint. You want M&M's?
Yeah, I want to switch.
Huh? You don't want them? Okay. You gave me the cinnamon idea, so I was going to give it to you. Oh, okay.
Well, in that case. Okay, my next question is, what is one of the 2 words that inspired the word indoob? Great answer. It's the wrong answer, but it's a great answer. Great answer.
Door.
Door? No. I'm trying to take all my prizes.
He's in it to win it.
That is correct. Indubitably is one of the 2 words.
I would have never got that.
I don't have any more prizes, but here. No, this is the last one. Some sparkling cider for you.
Thank you.
It's non-alcoholic. Yes, not. So we're in the church house. So yeah. The other word is indeed. That which is why it's two O's, not INDUBE. So portmanteau. Huh?
It's clever.
Thank you. The word that's been hanging around for me for like the last 10, I don't know, high school years. So I came up with it. Did anyone on YouTube guess any questions or answers?
Nope.
Oh, terrible. I'm up later. All right, and now I think that just. Oh, I never closed the mailbag. I'm sorry. So everything flying in. It's got stink bugs flying in it now. So let me close the bag.
Another letter from our listeners.
It's important.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I think that just about does it for the Indoob podcast for this 100th episode.
Woo!
What I forgot to do, I forgot to tell everybody that if I say the word live, that everybody's supposed to go, just make noise, but I didn't say the word that often. But I'll do it now. We are still live. And again, I thank you all so very much. Do you have any shout outs or plugs or anything you want people to know about? Anything you got coming up or what time to listen to on the station?
Go see Chris Clark. The information for Chris?
That's right. Tomorrow. Right here.
So do you have any kind of anything you want to, do you have any social media, anything you want people to follow?
Yeah. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Chris Clark Comedy. And I'm also on Twitter at Comic Chris Clark. Or go to my website, chrisclarkcomedy.com.
All right. I will say this. Sunday, down by the riverside, it's Conspicuous Love with the churches coming together. It's a community. It's a service, food, fellowship, and a whole lot of fun. In Jesus' name, Conspicuous Love, a handful of churches coming together and having a good time down by the riverside.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. We're gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside and yeah, I had to go to my folks who know the song. But yeah, that's Conspicuous Love down by the Riverside Harbor Park from 11 a.m. till 2, if I remember that information right. Amen.
All right.
Yes.
I forgot. Did you still have that last? You do? Okay. I forgot. I did have one more trivia question. Does anybody know the name of my first podcast?
Courtney knows it.
I don't know.
Okay. You can go ahead, Courtney.
The Lost Dial.
Yay! It's The Lost Dial. Yes.
Okay.
What do I win?
I'll send you something. Yes, I've been podcasting for 8 years now.
Oh, wow.
This is my second podcast. I have 3 total. A few other ones in the works. Some that are still in production, perhaps in pre-production. Yeah.
Incompletes.
We're going to complete that.
Right.
You're only on YouTube?
Oh no, I'm on YouTube. I'm on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Play. Just search Indoob. You'll actually 2 of them will come up. This one and Food Fight will come up if you search Indoob.
Food Fight.
The other one, The Lost Isle. That one did with since school, Connecticut School Broadcasting. I did that one back then, and and we have another question over here.
How much of your success do you owe to the Apple bill?
Another Asdeville related question. The fact that it had been pulled off the market because of insufficient testing, I can't really attribute too much success to it yet. It is still they're still running trials. I'm hoping to get some residuals from that soon once it goes back on the market. It's only been out for like a couple weeks, and I was like 10. So we're still waiting for follow up on that. But yes, I do want to just thank all the many guests that came out, everyone that came out here tonight, everyone who's watching, everyone subscribing, everyone that supports. I'm not sure I'd envisioned seeing 100 episodes, but this was always something I've always wanted to do, just to do this live, to be in front of people. It's great that they're all loved ones of mine and new friends. So yes, thank you. But I do definitely thank God for all the gifts and my crazy sense of humor, because all that comes from him. So thank him. Thank you, Chris, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Definitely look forward to tomorrow night. Jerry, thank you so much again for coming again.
Thanks for inviting me.
And Courtney, thank you so much for being my Alexander Hamilton, and I'm George Washington in the scenario. So thank you so much.
All right. Yeah. Arkansas is out.
That's right.
Central Time.
That's right.
Thank you so much to my parents for giving me permission and freedom to do this. And birthing me. Thank you so much to the church for just letting me again do this and supporting me. Family, friends, fans. I hope you've been entertained. Indoob.com to find all the ways to support, including the Patreon, the TeePublic store, like this and these. Not these. These are just. This is a friend, Magdalena. A shout out to her. She sent me this, I think, for Christmas. I'm like, what in the world am I going to do with this? I'm like, oh, I know. I'll leave it here. It does light up, by the way. I didn't have it on before. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It runs on batteries, so that's why I just wanted to keep it off. But so
hey, look, Chris got to drive all the way back to New Jersey and say, "What did I just do?" I was in some town called Portland. What did you do? I'm not sure what we did.
Something about a Google Genie.
Google Genie, yeah.
Or some kind of light up hashtag thing. I don't know what that was about. I was sitting behind a giraffe. I don't know why. A giraffe. I'm so sorry. I messed up my own word. Yes. Which is one of the answers, which you did get right. Yes. It was giraffe was one of my answers. The other two animals, or because you did say Chihuahua, squirrel and penguin are the other animals. As for the other favorite foods, salmon.
Yes.
I absolutely love salmon.
Me too.
I did a whole month-long thread of a tweet just talking about my love of salmon. Like every day was something salmon related.
Oh, it's good.
Like,
we have to
making salmon today. Here's a picture of salmon.
Maybe we'll do salmon one day.
That is good.
We'll go somewhere. It's good to know.
Yes, it's so good. It's delicious. When I went to Seattle, they had a whole lot of salmon there. I'm like, I'm just so happy. But
wow, Seattle.
I just there wasn't enough money for all the salmon that was there that I wanted to get.
Yeah.
So went off on a little tangent there. But what else is new? This is
right.
This is the Indoob podcast. This is what we do here. 4 foods. Cookies was another one on the list for our favorite foods. Cookies, Cinnabon, breakfast, salmon. So yeah. But yes, we're wrapping up. That's what I'm doing. I'm sorry. Yes, thank you so much for supporting, listening, being here live. Stopping by and pressing play. Tell someone you value that you value them. Live without regrets and live for the folks you love. I've been your benevolent host, T. Sterling Watson. And remember, oh, wait, hold on a second. I have more stuff to play. Let me try that again. Okay. Live without regrets and live for the folks you love. I've been your benevolent host, T. Sterling Watson. And remember, if the world didn't suck, we'd all fall off. Good night, everybody.
The Indoob Podcast brought to you by. That's our show. There's pound cake and Kool-Aid in the back.